eyes closed. After you listen to all these revelations about yourself, as you sit down here in the early morning, ask yourself, what is that something in which you shall like to revel? Is it the blissful awareness that you are? Or by habit, is it necessary to be anxious, worried, to have the fear of some kind? Are you comfortable with being comfortable with yourself? The more and more you have that samskar, that impression that you are at rest with yourself, less and less you shall be affected by the changing scenarios, be it at the level of your body, the world, or at the level of your memories. They shall change. We are changeless. No resistance to changes of any kind. That is why yesterday, as we saw those verses, Dvavimo Purusho Loki, Ksharasya Akshara Evacha, Kshara Sarvani Bhutani, Kudasto Akshara Uchyate, Uttama Purusato Anyaha, Paramatmeti Udaruta, Yo Lokatrayamavishya, Vivarti Abhaya Ishvara. The Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha, Kshara Sarvani Bhutani. All the beings, including your own body, senses, Kshara Purusha, continuously aging, changing, dying. Kutasto Akshara Uchyate. That which Kute Vanchanayam Tishtati exists because of ignorance, deception, the ahankar, I thought, the subtle body. Akshara Purusha, relatively more lasting. Your body changes. not only after death and disintegration, but also even before death, end of this body. The body has gone through changes: childhood, youth, adult, old age. Kshara Purusha, your gross body, Kshara Purusha, Mr. Disintegration. It shall change, age, disintegrate. But a subtle body, I thought, remains apparently young throughout, ever the same. Akshara Purusha. Relatively imperishable, because in deep sleep, even the thoughts disappear. Whereas Uttama Purusha tu Anya, Paramatmeti Udaruta, other than the Kshara and Akshara, perishable and relatively imperishable. Uttama Purusha, the meaning of the word I. Paramatmeti Udaruta. Name it Paramatma, Param Brahma, Ishvara, if you like. Lokatrayamavishya Vivarti Abhaya Ishvara. One that pervading the past, present, future, waking, dream, deep sleep, gross, subtle, causal universe. Vivarti Abhaya Ishvara, fills up the whole creation, and nothing untouched by awareness. Call it Abhaya, imperishable, Ishvara, God Himself, herself, itself, of which Mamaivam Sajiva Loki, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Everybody, Sanatana Jiva Amsa, eternally a part, an inseparable part of Ishvara totality. So see that for yourself. Who you are is the reality. Awareness. Rest of it, all your roles, changes, your memories, perceptions are only background music. Like in a movie, the plot moves on. There's a background music just to add a little excitement. If it stops also, the movie continues. The roles of all kinds, the perceptions, sensations, our interactions, achievements, failures are just a little background music. awareness that you are. An eternal theme, ever existing. Even when the music stops, the script continues. You are with yourself. Uttama Purusha. Purushottama iti. Since it is Kshara Atita, beyond the Kshara and Akshara, Aksharadapi cha Uttama, Tasmat Lokeshu, Bhuteshu, Prathita Purushottama. Is described as Purushottama. Uttama Purusha. In Sanskrit, the I. Uttama Purusha. The third person. Ishvara Prathama Purusha. Self, the Uttama Purusha, formless absolute. See that. Vedesh Ahangavada Kramo Upanishadi Gayandiyam Sama Dhyana Vastita Tadgate Namanasa Shandiyam Shandam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmi. Ideas like these are not to be just glossed over. forgotten with the chapter being over. You should remember all times. That is why this 15th chapter is so interesting. Every day you are chanting it almost twice. Make it a meaningful chanting now, as you are chanting, see the meaning of it, then the whole day will be beautiful. See for yourself. Yes. He knows the class is here. And Swami.
Yeah, he knows because he was with him yesterday morning.
Who?
He told me, Rajesh was on that.
Okay. Yes. Please read. Please read, please. Verse number 16. Dhavimo purusho loke Kshara eva cha Kshara sarvani bhutani Bhutasto kshara uchyate Uttama purushastvanyah Paramatmeti udarutah Yo lokatrayamavishya Vivartyavyaya Ishwarah Yasmat ksharamatidoham Aksharadapi chottamah Athosmi loke vedecha Pratita purushottamah. Yes, yes. Yo mam evam asammuda Janati purushottamam Sasarvavid bhajati mam Sarvabhavena bharata Yo mam evam asammuda Janati purushottamam Sasarvavid bhajati mam Sarvabhavena bharata. So see that? So Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. In these three words, Purusha word is common. That which is Purnatvat Purusha, Purushayanat Purusha. That which is all-pervasive and therefore available in every individual. Like Akasha, like the space. Space is at once everywhere, pervades the whole creation. Yet, in a tiny dust, a plant, animal, human being, anything for that matter. So that thus which is at once everywhere, also here, three names are added to it, depending on three different dimensions. Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama, Purusha. The Kshara, Akshara, Uttama are like different manifestations, expressions. Kshara Purusha is the external most universe, the gross physical universe, which includes our body. Kshara Sarvani Bhutani, all the bhutas, all the beings, bhavanti bhutani, all the elements and elementals are kshara, continuously dying, changing, disintegrating. So that is where you get the strength of your life. In case it so happens that something is changing, disintegrating, you expect it. You learn to accept. Understand? Akshara Purusha, Kutastha Akshara Uchyate. That which is subtle, Kute Tishtati. That is, because of ignorance, this individuality appears to be real. Akshara, the soul subtle body, the five, all your sense organs, organs of action, pancha prana, mano, buddhi, that you saw in the Tattva classes, 17 parts. All your impressions, it is subtle body, akshara iti uchyate. Other than this kshara and akshara, in akshara also your ignorance is included. Other than this kshara and akshara, whatever is left out, purushottama, paramatma iti udaharata. Yourself, the awareness, call it as the Paramatma. So you see these three different dimensions. You are it. Picture is complete. And Bhagavan says, when he says, I am Kshara Purusha, my body is taken. When he says, I am Akshara Purusha, my subtle body is taken. Purushottama, you are one with it. Thus, as an individual, you do not exist separately. Are you getting that point, please? Our trouble in life is our sense of separation and therefore consequent isolation. In the embrace of the God, you are feeling lonely. Touched by eternity, yet you feel so mortal and dying. This helpless sense of misery, pain, anxiety, isolation comes because of the ignorance of yourself. In the beginning stages, the person is not even aware that he is ignorant. The child doesn't know that he doesn't know. Some people remain grown-up babies, even when they are 50, 60, 70, 80. They don't know that they don't know. When you identify yourself with a very strong identity, like in our generation, professional identity is a very strong identity. So convinced that I'm PhD, so convinced that I'm postgraduate, so convinced that I am, because of this education, the position that I occupy, I'm so convinced that I'm the director, managing director, scientist, professor. But the person doesn't know that he doesn't know. This is known as the Mudha. Vimudaha na anupashyanti. Pashyanti jnana chakshusha. So vimudaha na anupashyanti. Those who get deluded by these roles, helplessly because of ignorance, they get deluded. And this is such an alluring, exotic mask I am PhD, managing director, king, governor, powerful. Understand? Just like youth is such a powerful state, far away from the whispers of mortality and death. So the young man, usually every person when you are young, will be totally arrogant. Unconsciously become arrogant because invincible. In France we had a camp. Did you see that? In Bouillot, there is a, I have taken the photo of it. It's a very nice river, very beautiful river, where we were having a camp nearby. Morning I was going for a walk, last year also, this year also. Last year I saw that taken the first photo. I thought somebody must have fixed it. There is a boat. The name is Invincible. It is written there. The name of the boat is just a tiny one, people to cross from one side to other side. The name of the boat is Invincible. It's underwater. Little is visible this side, half of it is underwater, and the Invincible is clear water, so you can see Invincible. So I took a photo. Our modern day identity is like that, invincible underwater. PhD, FRCS, governor, underwater. Suffering, suffering, suffering. All because of the ignorance. There is a know that he doesn't know. So when the person is tired of these suffocating limitations of life, and he looks at himself, Uttama Purushatu Anya, Paramatmeti Udarata. You come to know about yourself, who you are, Paramatma. So the change, if you say, takes place, not the body changing, Kshara changing to Akshara, or Akshara changing to Uttama. No. Your identification, the I which is identifying with the thoughts, the subtle body or the gross body, now moves on to the self-awareness, its source. Then everything continues. That is why it is such a beauty. There is no struggle of any kind. Are you getting that point, please? Are you struggling with your thoughts? Are you struggling with your memories? Are you struggling with your fear, anxiety, hatred, jealousy, infatuation, love, anything? No struggle. Do you understand? Must see it very clearly about yourself. Without understanding, how are you going to get into it? It gives you a clear understanding, not problems. If in the name of teaching, sadhana, all these things you are getting into more problem, you are on the wrong track. You be yourself. Yesterday somebody sent a nice one. There was a bus, BUS, okay? Local bus going. Then one, not here, somewhere in North India, is going. Then the driver is driving as usual. In local buses, the driver is driving. The conductor is the one who collects the ticket. One big man who comes, Afghan, 6 feet 7 inches, big fellow, Pathan. He goes up and he gets in the bus and says, I am Pathan, I don't pay. This conductor, 2 feet 2, he can't say anything, he was so afraid. Okay, all right. He didn't say anything. What okay? He doesn't have to say even okay also. He is afraid even to challenge him. Okay. Next day he comes. I'm Pathan, I don't pay. Okay. It went on for 1 or 2 months. Then this driver started feeling bad for the conductor's sake. What is this fellow is never paying, but at the same time he's such a big bully. And if anybody says anything, both the bus also can be smashed. What to talk of the drivers? So they don't say anything, but he didn't like it, so he enrolled himself in a karate class. The driver. And every day he goes there. For 1 year he started working on it. And he felt really, suddenly felt good about himself also, because he became shapely and very strong. Now he comes and sits down. Now he's ready. That day he's ready. So the baton comes in. Same statement. I'm baton. I don't pay. The driver for the first time raised his voice. Baton, why don't you pay, sir? I'm baton. I don't pay. But why don't you pay? Because I have a pass. The story, the message behind it is, without knowing the problem, don't prepare too much. Yeah, understand the problem. Then hold your nose, stand on your tail, sing a song, hug anybody you want or don't hug anybody you want, pleasing the God, don't pleasing the... What is this? What is the problem? The problem is not your body or your breathing or your eating or your food or sex or pleasure or gods or... They are not your problem. You are your problem. But what are you trying to do? Different religious practices. For what? You have to change. You are not changing. But the food is changing, dress is changing, name is changing, gods are changing, religions are changing, gurus are changing. We are changing everything except yourself. Hey, understand the problem. Do you really recognize the beauty of this story? Unnecessary involvement, unnecessary complication. Study about yourself. Then you say, scriptural study, same thing. That scripture which talks about yourself, not talks about some imaginary God somewhere. Look at this Gita, Upanishads. They don't talk about some nonsense here and there. No promises held. Living here and now, you shall be free. You are free. There is no you shall be free. The language is tat tvam asi, eternal present, that you are, not that you shall be. In time, in future, after death. No. You are free. You are God. You are truth. You are immortal. Ajo nitya saswatayam purana. Uttama purusatu anya. Paramatmeti udarata. What a tradition. Universal human tradition. You don't want to even differentiate in the name of gods and faiths and religions and all that stuff. Everybody, Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. In reality, Purusha. Kshara, Akshara, Uttama, from 3 different standpoints. Evam Mam Asammudaha Janati Yomam Evam Asammudaha Janati Purushottamam. Hey Arjuna, Mam Purushottamam Yaha Asammuda Evam Janati. One is free from delusion, asammuda. Mudaha, deluded. Sammudaha, very well deluded. Asammudaha, never deluded, free from delusions. Seeing things as it is. Knowing himself to be Paramatma, with Kshara and Akshara. And that is Purushottama. He knows Purushottamam Janati. Ishwaram, as Bhagavan says, I am the Purushottama. And that is myself. How does he know God? By knowing himself. How does he know the Purushottama? You knowing yourself. How do you know the infinity? Being the infinity. They are the knowing and the being are one and the same. In relative knowledge, understand, there is a difference between knower, known knowledge. Jnata, jnanam, jneyam. This is relative knowledge. This is hibiscus, known, jneyam. That which is known. Jnata, I knower. The knowledge takes place, the thought of it. So three are different. Jnata, knower. Jneya, known. Knowledge, the thought of it. Three are different. In case of Atma-jnana, Jnata, Jnanam, Jneyam, all the three, one and the same. The knower is consciousness. The known is consciousness. It is knowledge, jnana, swarupa. All the three, one and the same. That is why in dhyana, in your meditation, same thing. Triputi disappears in technical language. Triputi disappears. Triputi, three things. Dhyata, dhyanam, dheyam. Meditator, object of meditation, meditation. All one and the same. Dhyata, dhyanam, dheyam. But when you are meditating on an object, suppose you are meditating on a car, you are contemplating Vishayan, Dhyayato, Pumsa, you are meditating means you are dwelling upon a car, a gold, man, woman. Think of it. Is it a living thing or a non-living thing? That time, it is not dhyanam. What happens? That becomes distraction, moha. Why? Because the more you are thinking about that man or woman, the more you are thinking about that object, the more lonely you feel. I want to be with the object. Lonely you are. You understand why you are feeling lonely? Why do you feel miserable? Because the more I think of the object, the more I come to discover how am I without it. So emptiness comes in life. If you contemplate an object for your happiness' sake, you shall be inadvertently, you cannot escape the feeling of emptiness, loneliness, isolation. Because you are doing the meditation on the object. Understand? Unconsciously dwelling upon the object. Whereas in real dhyanam, in meditation of your being with yourself, or the dhyata, dhyanam, dheyam, who I am, meditation. Apparently meditating, meditator, and the meditation as such. All the three are one and the same. Triputi goes away. Understand? Any time you are affected in life, please see that. You think for yourself. Any time you are affected, you have unconsciously invoked a meditator. You are unconsciously invoked a knower. Subject-object relationship, where there is a difference between the subject and the object. Because there is a difference, you feel lonely. And getting that point is a simple equation. Suppose you see, I am the happiness, yes. Everything is happiness. Uttama purusatu vanyah paramatma iti vibharti abhyayam ishvaraha. You call it Ishvara, Paramatma, it fills the whole universe. Myself, happiness everywhere. There is no seer seen in sight. There is no knower known knowledge. All the three are on the same, myself. Therefore, what shall I miss? Nothing. You understand? Simple equation you see. Suppose there are two people relating to each other. Or let us start with still gross. You are a living thing, there is a non-living object. Okay? Think. There is a living thing, there is a non-living object. You like it. You like your watch. You like your crystal. You like your anything you take, X. It can be your cat, it can be your rat, it can be your dog, it can anything you like. You like your cereal. Just take anything. Same principle you see. Amazing. Whatever you like, you miss it, but that something doesn't miss you. Are you getting that? Your body, your bed, your house, your car, do they miss you? Did you receive any SMS? Your car, your house, your food, your cereal, do they miss? You miss it. So, now you consider yourself responsible that, hey, true, I am not, that the cereal is not a problem, I am stuck on it. But that objectivity goes away when it comes to another human being. Now, you depend on another man or woman. Think, suppose you depend on another man or woman. You want the other person also to depend on you. You see the delusion. Since I depend on the man, since I depend on the woman, I also demand the other person must depend upon me. Your bed doesn't depend upon you. Your cereal doesn't depend upon you. Your gold doesn't depend upon you. Oh, I can use it as I like. Listen. But the person must depend upon me. Why? Because unless the person depends upon me, I cannot handle it as I like. That is where your delusion comes. So you resist. That is why human relationship becomes a huge problem. You don't want to say, I depend on you, because you want to play equal. But the other person doesn't depend on you. Because I want you, therefore you must want me. What is love? What is the so-called relationship? If I have a need, you also must have a need. Suppose the other person says, I don't need it, you feel threatened. That is why most relationships are dependent on need-based relationship. Need-based relationship. If one person's need is over, the other person feels in the dump, threatened. One person's need is over. She doesn't like me anymore. He doesn't want me anymore. Are you getting that? The other person doesn't want me anymore. She doesn't like me anymore. She doesn't want it. You don't respect that. Suppose a person says, no, I don't want. Thank you. That respect doesn't come. Why? I am needy. I am dependent. Understand? In a gross object, when you depend and you get it, think of it. You always struggle to get that object for yourself. In another person, you want the other person also must need. Maybe the other person doesn't have a need. So what should I do? Shall I attempt to create a need for me in the other person? Or shall I be happy with myself so that my need for the other person goes away? Which one you should do? Progressive or regressive? Suppose one person doesn't need me. So shall I grow into a state where I also don't need, or I must be desperate to create a need for me in the other person? The more desperate you are to create a need for you in the other person will not like it. Why? Nobody likes to be depended upon. Nobody likes to depend. You understand why relationship goes haywire? The people don't appreciate. When you are happy with yourself, then you meet equals. I'm happy with myself, you are also happy with yourself. Yes. Can we meet? Yes. Cannot? No. Thanks. Royalty. It's all royalty meeting. Kings. Free people. Absolutely free. There is no conditions apply. You are happy with yourself. And that is the time. That is where dhyata dhyanam deyam. Please understand. So, jnata jnanam geyam. Okay, think of it. If you object that is known, if you are depending on it, then there is a sense of distance. You know it and you dwell upon it, meditate upon it. It becomes a distance. In the name of religion, when you come, you are now trained not to think of a man or woman, not to think about the food or any sensation, food, sex, sound, touch, taste, smell, anything. You are not supposed to think about it, but you have to think of a God. The same thing. Same principle. Because that becomes another object separate from you. That God is separate from you. When shall you meet Him? After death. Can you wait? It doesn't work. More misery. Because at least if I dream of a man or woman, at least now I can sometime touch him or touch her. God, untouchable. After the death also, He will be sitting in throne, I will be looking at a distance. So when you replace this knowledge of the object with some knowledge of a God or some knowledge of an exotic experience, what is meditation? Red light. What is meditation? Green light. What is meditation? Sensation that passes through your spine from top to bottom. Then you are waiting. Waiting. Then since you go on imagining, you feel a tickle sometimes. Because your mind can throw you any experience. Don't worry. Women have felt pregnant when they are not pregnant. The periods have stopped. Physical symptoms also visible of pregnancy. Because the person imagines to be pregnant. What to talk of red light, green light, yellow light. That is why people are with fertile imagination. They go on experiencing exotic things. There is no such rubbish, understand? No such. But if you talk like that, it is so precious for them. Their delusion is so precious for them. Don't ever prick the bubble. They will be violent. My personal faith, my God, my faith. How can you say it is not there? All right, it is there. Why should I say no? Yes, please hold on. I see red light. Why only red? Red is greenish, bluish also, see. No problem. But at one time, it will end. Just like you are thinking of an object, you feel lonely. Thinking of an exotic experience, you shall feel lonely, incomplete, empty. I'm not getting that sensation again. When I was in Himalayas, I got it. After that, it is gone. That was a very mystical experience. You don't ever understand it was a mistake. You'll never understand. You'll never understand. Why? The Guru also has successfully washed his hands off. Did you get that experience? Yes. Enough. Go. Why? Quickly wash off. Or else, when you wear off, when your novelty wears off, you shall demand another experience. The Guru will not know what to do. So you have got yourself trapped by telling, I got that experience. Job is over. Dakshina, go. What a pathetic thing. Understand? So in this knowledge, asammudha mam janati. How does he know? Where there is no distance between the knower, known, and knowledge. The meditator, object of meditation, and meditation. All three are one and the same. Purushottama. Such a person, sarvavit. He becomes sarvavit. He knows everything. Knows everything how? Samanyena janati. He knows everything as what? Whatever it is, the truth of it is consciousness. Details, only total mind can know. Ishvara, God, total mind, macrocosmic mind can know. The individual can know everything as pure consciousness alone. What are the details? Whether there is a life in another star, you may or may not know at this moment. But God can know. That is why the people who claim themselves to be God, you don't have to worry about this producing this tiny little nonsense. Ask them. Let them give the address of a planet where there is life. How many stars are there? How many billions of galaxies are there? Which galaxy who is existing? Is there a cure for a cancer? Something like that will make you a meaningful God. But producing watches which are made in world, producing these holy or unholy ashes or whatever and making ass of everybody else, that is not God. Producing little trinklets here and there, that any man can do that with a little sleight of hand. Okay, even if it's production, why are you not producing something which cannot be kept in your hand? One big pumpkin in your hand. Pumpkin. I don't have to establish myself as God. Why should I get into controversy? Incontrovertible fact. What? Or give them the solution. This is the formula for the cure of cancer. Don't say, if I give it away, how people will die? Their karma will be, not exhausted. Don't give that nonsense. Even with the cure for many diseases available, people are dying with that disease. You give the cure. Whoever can be cured, or they cannot be, let not be. Anyway, who is going to listen to these things? Between the devotee and the so-called God-man, the conspiracy is so complete, you cannot get into that. Because one fellow provides the fodder for faith, other person needs that fodder as a cow. So both are very comfortable. You have no access into that. So if you try to even wake them up, it will be a collective torture against you. They shall all rise and destroy you. Why? Because we are all our dreams, like Khalil Gibran very nicely says. When the slave is sleeping, don't wake him up. Why? Maybe he's dreaming of his freedom. When the slave is asleep, don't wake him up. He's dreaming of his freedom. So why you wake him up? So when the people are lost in their so-called faith, why try to wake them up? Because they are dreaming of their freedom. Okay, this is comfortable. Whereas your liberation, freedom here and now is not a dream. It's a reality here and now. You know yourself. Such a person, sarvavit mam bhajati sarvavavena bharata. Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna. He gives a nice name now for Arjuna. Bharata. You know why? Bharata means not the name of the country. Name of the country also. What is Bharata? Bha Brahma Vidya. Tasmin Brahma Vidya Tasyam Brahma Vidyayam Rataiti Bharata. So, one who is always contemplating on the absolute knowledge, his name is Bharata. So, country's name is Bharata because in this country, everybody is supposed to revel in absolute knowledge all the time. So the country that is Bharat, India, the Bharat also, that is the name. Like Anglicized, what is India? What does India mean? Like in Orissa, there is one place called Brahmapura. Brahmapura. The place is named after Brahman, Brahmapura. In Anglicized, Barahampur. What does it mean, Barahampur? It meaning none, in nothing. The limitation of the language. Barahampur. What does it mean? Brahma. Please. What name you should have? Think. A meaningful name. Meaningful name. So Bharata. Bha Brahma Vidya. Tasmine Bharata. Hey Arjuna, when you see thus yourself, sarvabhavena bhajati. Yomam sarvavit sarvabhavena bhavati. Knower of sarvavit, knows. Sarvam vetti iti sarvavit. One who knows everything, consciousness everywhere. How? Sarvabhavena. Where is God? In a tree? Yes. Monkey? Yes. Sand? Yes. Desert? Yes. Like, where is the earth? Earth is in every dust. Where is the universe? Universe is in every dust. Where is timeless? In every moment. Where is God? In every moment, every place. When you say the word God, it is no more a name or a form. It is at once everything. Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. Know the Uttama Purusha, live with the Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha. Know the Paramatma yourself. When you say knowing the Paramatma, it is not that me knowing the Paramatma. They are the Jnata, Jnanam, one and the same. Knower and the knowledge is one and the same. And thereafter, Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha. You live with the world. Thus, it becomes so beautiful to perceive the object. Listen carefully. To perceive the object is such an exotic thing. Flower is different. My knower is different. Eyes are different. Enjoying the perception. In case of the self-knowledge, who I am, the knower, the known, the knowledge, all one and the same thing. Therefore, I am no more struggling to know the Brahman. Even after knowing that, there will be an apparent struggle to know things in the world. I have seen India, but I have not seen Amazon forest. I have not seen maybe South Pole. Maybe I have not seen so many countries of this world. I shall see. But that doesn't create an emptiness inside. Why? I am full with myself. Wherever I go, whatever I see is nothing but myself, consciousness everywhere. Remember that famous verse in Kathopanishad. Yadeveha tadamutra. Yadamutra tadanviha. Mrutyosho mrutyumapnoti. Yahiyananeva pashyati. Whatever is here is there. Whatever is there is here. One who sees this, free every moment. Naneva pashyati. One who sees nanaiva. One who sees differences and take the differences to be real. Sa. Mrityoho mrityumapnoti. He doesn't travel from place to place. He travels from death to death. There shall be death of experiences. London is over, then France. Paris is over, then Copenhagen. Copenhagen is over, then always, then. I see myself, then question doesn't arise. After everything, then, just like I finished my school, what shall I do then? Go to college, then get a job, then get money, then get married, then get children, then be rich, then you know yourself, then know then. Chapter is over. When I am finished, there is no then. For whom? Are you getting that point? When you are the book, can you turn pages? A reader only turns the pages. The book? Book. Existence, yourself, all pervasive. Who turns the pages of your life? I'm not there. Happy with yourself. Ishvara. Sarvavit vajati mam. Sarvabhavena varat. In all forms, you see the same formless absolute. That is why Ishvara. Call it God, call it divine, call it consciousness, call it anything you like. But at no time, nothing is exclusive. Everything is all inclusive. Nothing stands apart. Iti, read. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etad buddhva buddhiman syad कृतकृत्यस्य भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यस्य भारत. Iti, thus finished. Guhyatamam shastram. Hey Arjuna, this knowledge, this shastra, guhyatamam, great secret. Why? Because all the time in yourself and you are looking for it. That is why a huge secret. Lucky, a knowable secret. Until you know, it is a secret. Once you know, what secret? Until you know, it's a secret. Once you know, and this is such a beautiful secret, once it is revealed, the importance of every other secret goes away. The importance of every other secret goes away. Now suppose, I don't know, I have not seen Himalayas. I must see Himalayas. So Himalaya was a great secret for you. Gomukh, the source of Ganges, a great secret for you. You go there, you saw it. Now I went to the source of Ganges. Then the next person will ask you, what about Yamunotri? Oh, what is Yamunotri? Like Gangotri. Like the source of Ganges, there is Yamunotri, source of Yamuna. Oh, really? Oh, Bhagavale, I have not seen it. So one secret is over, other secret begins. You have to go to Yamunotri. Because you have to be with the Joneses. You have to be with everybody to show off. I have seen the Ganges source, Yamunotri. What about Brahmaputra? It is in Tibet. Tibet under Chinese control. You won't get a visa. One permanent delusion, permanent disappointment in my life, I could not see the source of Brahmaputra. These are the relative secrets which nobody shall ever know complete. Whereas, when you know yourself, who you are, thereafter what is the secret you are interested? Who is there to be interested? I am happy with myself. Other thing, known, fine. Was not known, keep it, let other people discover. I am happy with. Are you getting that point? This is a sense of fulfillment, overwhelming sense of fulfillment. Not that you justify you are not looking for anything anymore, but if you have time, you do it. I have no time. I can't. Please. Don't push me. I'm happy with myself. Now I'm happy disbursing this knowledge, sharing this knowledge with everybody. You want me to see Rajasthan, you want me to see mountains here and there, all the countries? No time. You go. Or, I'm very happy, but I want to see around. Okay, see around. What is the difference? It's all out of fulfillment. There is no hint of problem. That is, you shall see them. He said, such a person, guhyatamam sastram, hey anagha, I gave it to you. Why? Anagha, see the names. Sinless one, agam papam. No agam, anagam. Hey Arjuna, you are nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kama. That is why I gave you this knowledge. You are no mana, no moha, no delusion, no arrogance. No more interested in anything else. In yourself. Tasmat, I gave it to you. Etad buddhva. Knowing this, buddhiman syat. When you know this yourself, buddhva, buddhiman. Knowing this about yourself, then only you are a buddhiman. You have really used your intelligence. Buddhiman means buddhi asya asti iti buddhiman. One who has the buddhi. One who has the buddhi is buddhiman? No. One who uses the buddhi is buddhiman. The one who has the riches is not rich. One who uses the riches is rich. Because you may have the riches, nobody sees it. If you use the riches, rich man. Expression of riches. What is the best use of intelligence? Knowing about yourself. The best use of intelligence is what? Knowing about yourself. And after that, Krutakrutyaśya bharata. Krutakrutya. Krutakrutya means Krutyam Krutameva. Krutyam. Whatever is to be done, I have done. Appa. A sense of relief overtakes you. Nothing else remains to be done in life. It is just like you have gone in an official tour. You have gone in an official tour to do certain things. You reach the town, in first 2 hours, you finished the job for which you came. You are deputed to fix up a project. You fixed up that project in first 6 hours of your travel. But company has sent you for 2 days. In first 6 hours you finished up. Next 1.5 days, what shall you do? Whatever you want. Why? Job is over. After that, what shall I do? Oh, I want to go around the city. Okay. No, I don't want to go around the city. Okay. I want to go to the park and sleep there. Fine. No, I want to leave my room. I'll go under the bed and sleep. Do. You can't do anything. Why? Your job is over. In Tamil, there is something Vandavelu par. And something. Vandavelu par. Right. What you have come for, see that. But instead of that, we do every other thing. Of course, people don't know. Person doesn't know what he has come here for. That is why teaching, learning. To be happy here and now at this moment. Krutyam krutameva. Whatever I wanted, now I'm happy with myself. That's what I ultimately remember. Tattva classes. Everybody wants happiness. Happiness is yourself. When you find that, krutya kruta krutyam krutyam krutameva. All that is to be done, needs to be done, is already done. This is the secret of secrets. Always be happy with yourself. Then happily live with the world. And when you are happily living in the world, understand, there shall be kshara purusha. There shall be changing, dying situations. You have to come across that. Akshara also. Your mind will be relatively changeless. And ultimately, Purushottama, yourself. Therefore, you are comfortable with the changes, comfortable with the deaths, comfortable with everything in life. Which is convenient, certain things are inconvenient. something comfortable, certain things are uncomfortable. But nobody takes away the happiness, the truth, Ishvara, Uttama Purusha, Paramatma, that you are. Okay? Om iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Purushottamayo Nama Panchadasodhyaya hai Brahmarpanam Brahmavi. Eh? Don't laugh. I have a reason to sing that. When this chapter is over, now you should really do the Brahmarpanam. What is that? Begins the enjoyment of the universe. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahmakarma samadhina. In your ignorance, you were chanting the verses, eating the food. Now with your knowledge, you chant the verses, enjoy the universe. The sight, food for the sound, eyes. The sounds, food for the ears. The taste, food for the tongue. The touches of all kind, food for the skin. The smells, food for the nose. Emotions, the food for your thought. The entire universe is your food. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagna. Reading that. That is how begins your celebration. What you know is beautiful, but how you live, every moment of life, then what can I say? Okay, with this, the 15th chapter comes to an end. 16th chapter begins. In reality, I am in such a mood where I was going through 16th chapter this morning. It's such a simple two ideas only. I wish I don't have to go there. It's fantastic. Just, there is nothing. I don't want to start it again. But when I come back, I remember this way. When I come back, we will start it again. Just read it. We shall see. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Avayam Sattva Sansuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Dhanam Dhamasya Yajnasya Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Tyaga Shantirapaisunam Daya Bhuteshvalolutvam Mardavam Rira Chapalam Teja Kshama Dhruti Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. Beautiful. You know, that is why when you continuously study, the connections you get is amazing. When you give a public lecture, suddenly you start from the 16th chapter. What is the connecting link? You don't get it. Unless somebody is really aware, they can't teach. It's a waste of time. Anyway, see, once you thus know Sarva Bhutesu, Sarvavid Bhajati Mam, Sarva Bhavena Bharata, knowing himself, Paramatma, Ishvara, Chaitanya, consciousness, in and through everything. For such a person, Daivi Sampat means divine, noble qualities, Abhijata, naturally manifest. You don't have to tell the person to be kind. Don't have to tell the person to be loving. Don't have to tell the person to be restful naturally. These are the Daivi Sampat. When you know the Devata, the light of lights, Natad Bhasayate Suryaha na Shashanko na Pavaka. Where the sun doesn't shine, moon doesn't shine, no light shines up. Call it light of lights, call it consciousness. Call it anything you like. Satyam, the truth, the absolute. When you are aware of it, always happy with yourself. Therefore, these qualities shall be naturally, effortlessly manifesting in you. That is why a wise man doesn't practice compassion. Compassionate naturally. Wise man doesn't practice humility or all these we shall see now. It's something natural. When you are see, you don't have to practice contentment. Practice contentment, usually you are contented means I don't want anything. That is the practicing. Every time you would say, I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. If you are contented, you can say, I don't want. You can also say, I want. Why? If somebody feels a little pleasure in giving me something, why should I say I don't want? Give it. Why? The person wants to give it. Thank you. Even in receiving, there is a grace, not a beggarliness. In giving, of course, there is a grace. Nobody even knows. You don't make a big deal out of it. Why are you giving? What else to do? Your kindness, you don't have to explain. Naturally kind. For some ignorant person, the act of kindness is a very rare phenomenon. Like the blue moon, or the Jupiter and the sun, moon coming in, a rare celestial phenomenon, everybody must know about it. So one act of kindness, only one act of kindness throughout life, therefore always highlighted. How long can you talk about that nonsense? Naturally comes what? Abhayam, fearlessness. Sattva sansuddhi, bright mind. Abhayam sansuddhi, jnana yoga vyavasthiti. Jnana yoga vyavasthiti, abiding always in the absolute knowledge. Dhanam, giving freely. Damasya, totally controlled organs of action. No movement, unconscious. Damasya. Swadhyaya, stapa archavam. Swadhyaya, always self-study. Swadhyaya means always aware of himself. Knows his limitation before anybody points out. Knows his limitlessness all times. Swadhyaya. Tapas. Living is a austerity. Listen carefully. Living is austerity. What is indulgence? Without which you cannot live. If you can live without anything and everything, you are an austere person, even if you are living in a 5,000 room palace. If it's there, excellent. Not there, doesn't matter. Austere. Tapas, that is the tapas. Arjavam, straightforward. Very straightforward. You say what you see. What you say, you do. If you don't do, you don't say. Arjava. It's such a natural trait. Why? Because by telling if you don't do, it will haunt you. If I want, I want. If I don't want, I don't want. But what is the average person's attitude in life? Inside they will be dying. I want it. But outside, I want it. Okay, don't want. You are left alone. You want this laddu? No. But inside, take it, take it, take it. You know? Understand? And straightforward means what? Arjavam, body, dying, sense organs, that is how they are. Straightforward. I mean, see things as they are. See if the body something goes wrong, natural. No panic, avayam, fearlessness. Anything changes. Objects disappear, people disappear. They appear, something comes. Both way. Straightforward, fearless. Arjava, ahimsa, non-violence of every kind. You don't hurt people physically, orally, or with any of your thoughts. Thoughts means what? The thoughts, you don't hurt people. You don't push violent thoughts in somebody's head. Oh, but then why then the wise person gets angry? Because sometimes the other person is so violent, so stupid, unless you are more violent, the person will not stop. So for the other person's sake, you do it, but all the time, quiet, contemplative. You will understand it when you are who you are. Like you are controlling a class. The children are shouting. You are not climbing the wall. You know, children will shout. Stop. Children will listen. Please stop. I'll give you the flower. Please stop. I want, and everybody will shout more. I'll give you a chocolate. I want chocolate now, we want chocolate now. Then the whole group of rowdies will shout together. At that time, what do you do? Shut up! Quiet! Teacher is very hungry. So quiet. Then you smile. Hello. But if you are also worked up, they are getting worked up, you are also getting worked up. Then your anger, you are not being angry. Anger is overtaking you. That is why look at yourself. Are you shaking after you are angry? Yes. You are an unshakable fellow. You need a milkshake so that you can cool down. If you are trembling, you are shaking, you don't know how you are becoming angry. Like an actor acting in a movie and a drama. At this moment, get out, shut up. Then, how they act. All the emotions, like I told you, is background music. This line, do you know where I got it? Somewhere time I was watching a movie. That is the statement in that movie. Very beautiful. The hero tells the other person, because he has been the top on the office, now he's dying out of exposure to nuclear plutonium. So he tells the other person. He disburses everything to his son, that whatever he gave it away, then tells to his subordinate, go, do that thing in your life which you really enjoy. I wanted to be a teacher, but I joined this department just because I got $10,000 extra. And I made myself miserable throughout my life. Go, do something which you enjoy. Rest of it is background music. What a beautiful statement. Without background music, the script still moves. Your life moves. But if somebody makes you mad, you must achieve this, you must achieve this, you must do this, you must do that, then you are set on that also. You understand how people suffer? Their sense of satisfaction, happiness, contentment, love, kindness, everything disappears. Why? The ghost of money has got on, or ghost of power, ghost of something. Can you be yourself? And when you are, this is ahimsa, satyam, satyam, you speak the truth. Why? Telling a lie is a waste. It's a headache to adjust. Akrodha, no anger. Tyaga, renunciation at will. Anything. See, if other person's need is more than mine, take it. Akrodha, shanti, very nice. Apaishunam, no gossip. Pishuna, pishuna means gossip. Apaishunam, no gossip. Who does gossip? Insecure mind does gossip. Why? Because if you can pull down others, you will have a sense of superiority. That is why you talk nonsense. Paint the white black. Put the dirt in the fresh food. Understand? No gossip. Why? Happy with yourself. You are not interested in that. Daya bhuteshu, compassion for everything. Aloluptvam, no greed. Lobha, no greed. Mardavam, mrudu bhavam, very gentle. Mardavam. Very coy. Coy means, you are not arrogant. Achapalam, no restlessness. Chapalasya bhavam, no restlessness. Tejas, absolute brilliance. Kshama, forgiving. So when somebody says, I'm sorry, you melt. I should not have done. Okay, enough. One time. Don't worry. Why? Asuto, that is why Shiva's name is Asutosha. Very quickly satisfied. Oh, sorry. Asutosha. Kshama, dhriti, patience, tremendous patience. Shaucham, cleanliness, both within and without. Adroha, no harming anything or anybody. Na atimanita, never being arrogant. Because why should I be arrogant? Everybody is same. Who I am, everybody else is. What I was, that's what they are. What I am, that's what they will be. So why feeling so great about it? On any achievement in life. Bhavanti sampadam daivi. This is daivi sampat. This is all. Are you getting that? It is all true to the understanding. These are all correspondingly. It's like spring season means beautiful breeze. Wisdom means this is the breezer of kindness, fearlessness, everything. Avijadasya. This is the Daivi Sampat. And just a sample. What is the Asuri Sampat? Just the opposite. Dambha. Just read it out, don't worry. Dambho darpoti manasya. Krodha parushyameva Ajnanam cha vijatasya Partha sampadamasurim. Now, Asuri Sampat, he talks about. Now, the whole text will be on the Asuri Sampat, meaning the negative tendencies of life. So now he tells you, it's not negative, positive. One is backed by wisdom, other is backed by ignorance. Backed by ignorance, even the good quality is also bad. Even an ignorant person is kind, he wants to exploit you. When an ignorant man is very loving, ayyo, it is only exploitation. We'll see all that. But see this list: damba, arrogance; darpa, pride; atimana, there is nobody like me; krodha, terribly angry; intolerance; parushyam, gossip; jealousy; ajnanam cha vijatasya, parthadaima sampadamas. This is asuri sampad, asurasya, like one who depends like it depends on ignorance, asura like a demon. Okay, so these are the two qualities in life. Daivi Sampat, Asuri Sampat. Hey Arjuna, Daivi Sampat Vimokshaya. One who is Daivi Sampat, divine qualities, it will be good for liberation. Or one who is free, you will have Daivi Sampat. So hold on to Daivi Sampat to become free. If it is natural to the wise man, follow that emotions so that you can see the absolute. You can absolute. Asuri Sampat is something, if you follow it, ignorance, you will be like that. And if you are with it, you will not understand it. So Daivi Sampat, Asuri Sampat. Ask yourself which one you have. Okay? And for the wise one, Daivi Sampat is natural. Even that can convert the Asuri to Daiva. Okay? We shall see more of it. When you come back, just I referred to you. So after that, the whole thing will describe only Asuri Sampat. Because so far, Daivi Vistara Somaya, good things have been, we have talking about 17 chapters, 16, 15 chapters now. Bad boys will come now. You know, how the person becomes terrible. That one we shall see. Okay, I mean, it's not needed to talk because everybody knows. But for your information, since you are stranger to those bad qualities, we shall talk about it next class. Close your eyes.